From the newest ballpark on the Major League landscape, there's a look inside Marlins Park in Miami. Tonight, Game 2 of this 3-game series between the Washington Nationals and the Miami Marlins. Who's going to win the battle between these two? We'll see next. Dan Straley gets the ball for Miami in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Well, one thing to look out for him, Matt, is if he can avoid the big inning. It's not that big of a deal to give up a run here or there, but sometimes he can be prone to giving up 3 or 4 in an inning, and that kind of derails the whole start when that happens. Limit the damage, and he'll be just fine.
Leading off tonight for Washington,
speedy Trey Turner digs in now. He comes in currently tied for 3rd in home runs on the team. And the first pitch of the ball game here is taken for a called strike 1. This Marlins ball club, Harold Reynolds, as they begin play here tonight, they enter this one off a loss after winning 5 of 7 prior to that.
Yeah, Matt, I mean, this is the club that's in the middle of the season now, and we've been watching them up and down. They're in 3rd place. They got to get on a roll because we got to track 2 teams down now, kind of put themselves in a situation where can't lose many games moving forward.
A moment now to take a look at the visiting Washington Nationals. HR, how do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
Well, in this day and age when so many teams are relying on that long ball to win games for them, this isn't one of those clubs, really. They're in the bottom 3rd in the league in home runs, so they're going to put the ball in play. They're going to try to manufacture runs. They can run into one every now and then, but that's not the key part of their offense.
In now is Adam Eaton to show you what he did in May versus what he's done so far at the plate in June. In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0. Temperature 86 degrees here tonight as we get this one started. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Here's a high foul ball as it finds a lucky fan in the upper deck for a souvenir. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. On the ground up the middle. Echeverria to his left. He's there. Throw gets him. 2 down.
batting 3rd, the right fielder, number 34. Bryce
Stepping up
Harper.
now, Bryce Harper. He's not among the league leaders in home runs, but his total does top this ball club. Into the windup and the pitch. Now here's a slider that can't quite get back to the outside corner. It's ball 1. And set up working the plate is Matthew Ross as you see the rest of the umpiring crew there.
You talk about a pitcher's umpire. If you're working both sides of the plate, you have a tendency to be pretty effective with Matthew Ross back there. Look, there's no doubt he's a pitcher's umpire. If I was pitching in this game, I'm sending him a taxi, making sure he gets there safe.
1-1. Here it comes. Fastball, and he has to bend out of the way of that one.
Well, this veteran pitcher lets you know right away what his game plan is. Fastball inside. He's trying to take away that inside part of the plate to open up the outside. Showing us early.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Calling for it, Prado. And that retires the side. Nationals gone in order. Now the Marlins will see what they can do. No score. Max Scherzer is on the mound for game 2. HR, what's the word on him?
Well, for right now, he's just allowing over a base runner per inning. That's very good for a starting pitcher. It tells me that he keeps his team in the game every inning. And really, if you win the innings, you're going to win the game in the end.
Here's D. Gordon now. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the
Leading off
first.
for the Marlins, second baseman, E. Gordon.
A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one. 1-0. Harold, these Nationals, as they enter play here tonight, they've been in a nice little groove, winning 3 of their last 4 games.
Well, they won their game last night. I think that's a big sign. They're starting to play good baseball. I talked to their manager. He loves how they compete.
Now a little pop-up off toward the third base side.
Well, that's going to get out of play and into the camera well.
Here's Scherzer now 1-1. And a fastball just a bit high. Two and one now to Gordon. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
Having a little trouble finding the zone to start the night. It's always deflating to walk the leadoff guy in the game, so we'll see if he can initiate some contact here.
Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. Here's a swing and a ground ball. And here's a ball hit in the air. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. Sent in the air out to straightaway central. Eaton is under it. 1 out. Time now for a glance at the Marlins lineup card in this one. H, what are they going to have to do to force a rubber match in this series?
Matt, this club just got to get on the board early. When they get out and score early and put the pressure on the other team, they have a great chance of winning games. I think that's the key to this one here.
Stepping into the box, Giancarlo Stanton. And this is a good-looking matchup for him here. As you can see, he's hit lefties quite a bit better than he has right-handers this season. Swing and a miss, but he's right on here. 1 strike. Past battles with Scherzer, 2 for 9. He's also gone down on strikes 5 times. The windup and the 0-1. Outside for a ball. 1-1. Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Way outside, nearly to the backstop. 2-1.
That's back-to-back breaking balls away, but now he's got himself into a little bit of a tough spot. You probably can't throw that again, so your opponent is probably up there just looking for a fastball that he can drill.
Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout. Wieters will wait on it, and he's got it for out number 2.
Batting third, center fielder, Christian.
In is Christian Yelich. And as you can see, he's had some troubles here in his own ballpark. That's something he'll look to improve upon in this one. Fastball too high to start him out here. 1-0. Scherzer into the windup. Here it comes on 1-0. May have gotten a piece of that one, but no matter. It's 1-1.
Boy, he juked him out of his shoes with that changeup. Stood almost no chance of doing anything with it, but it probably looked good coming in.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. And that one stayed too low, apparently. Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. And a swing and a miss. Does that look like self-defense there? It's 2-2.
Oh, man, he just tied him up in knots right there.
All even at 2-2. Here it is. Throws in on strike 3 for the final out of the inning. Miami down in order. Still no score. Here's Adam Lind. He comes in currently tied for third in home runs on the team.
Adam Lind.
First offering on its way. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. That's inside. 2-0.
Boy, he just looks locked in at the plate right now to me. His numbers in recent games have been very good, and those were two stone-cold takes right there that put himself in a great hitter's count.
3-0 now. Anthony Rendon will be next. And that misses for ball 4, so it's a leadoff walk here to start the second.
Well, that is definitely not the way to start an inning. One thing to give up a walk, but to do it on 4 pitches is pretty alarming. He looks a little thrown off right now.
Rendon.
Standing in, Anthony Rendon. First chance for him here with a man on following the leadoff walk. First pitch coming. Here it is. First pitch has him dancing to avoid it. It's ball 1.
Seems like he's just lost the strike zone these last several pitches. He's got a walk, and that pitch right there, that wasn't even close.
And maybe a little frustrated on the mound here as the fastball misses for ball 2 now.
Well, that last half inning seems to have taken it out of him. He has come out and just thrown 5 straight balls to start this inning. Not the way he wanted to get things started.
Hitter's count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Fouled back. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. And this one misses as well, and that pushes it to 3-1.
He walked the first guy. Now you're sitting here 3-1. You have to get your pitch to hit. Don't let him off the hook.
Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. He's set. Here's the 3-2. Here's a looping fly ball out to right. Stanton coming on. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
All right, time for majestic defensive alignment for the Marlins. And in the outfield, Christian Yelich, the smooth strider. He can go get the ball. Runs so graceful. It looks like he's effortless, and he's not really running as fast as he actually is, but the guy can go get him.
Here's the catcher, Matt Wieters now. And the home-away splits tell us he's actually quite a bit better hitting on the road than he is at home. He's set. Here it comes. And a fastball just below the knees, ball 1. Wieters, who waits the 1-0, takes a look down at the knees for a strike. No score here as we play inning number 2. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, I think he missed that one, Matt. But you know what? That's going to happen. Umpires are part of the game. They're human. They're going to make mistakes. He missed it. Oh, well, get over it.
To 2-2 now.
I like how he's mixing up the fastball and the changeup right there. That's how we got the 2-2 count. I think he comes back with a changeup here.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And he comes back with one down and in for ball 3.
We could see the runner in motion here on a 3-2 count with 1 out. There's a pretty good chance he's going to get a pitch to swing at, and if not, it's ball 4 anyways.
He's ready. Now the payoff pitch. Hit weakly back to the mound. To Gordon for 1. But 1's all they were ever going to get, and the inning will continue.
And kids, this is why you always go hard into second base. Could have been an easy double play ball, but the slide really impacts the throw to first, and they wind up only getting 1 out on the play. Good, aggressive, legal slide that time.
At the plate, Jason Worth, who comes in currently tied for 3rd in home runs on the team. First pitch of the at-bat. Line hard into left. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield.
He's been on some kind of cold streak. You weren't even expecting him to get a hit right there. There had been a lot of talk about maybe benching him. Maybe that changes the conversation.
Into the box, Stephen Drew. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. And you see that average below the dreaded Mendoza line. High pop-up. Prado just to the left of the mound. And that ends the inning. Nats leave a pair. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. No score. Stepping in, Justin Bohr, hitting just a bit over the Mendoza line on the year.
Justin Bohr.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. High in the air out to center field. Eaton is under it. 1 away.
Time for a look at the majestic defensive alignment for the Nationals. And I'm looking at the catcher, Matt Wieters. Biggest compliment I ever heard from Matt Wieters: nobody catches a throw from the outfield and tags a runner better than him. He'll take a shot, too. He also calls a pretty good game.
Standing in, JT Realmuto. The average for him entering play, not far north of 200. First delivery to him on the way. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Hit back up the middle. Towards second. Drew is there. On to first, and Scherzer's on a roll now. 2 away.
Batting 6th, left fielder, Ichiro.
Here's Ichiro now. Past battles with Scherzer, 12 hits in 43 tries. He's also been a strikeout victim 6 times. Into the windup and the pitch. Ooh, started him with the change, and it's 0-1. Line to the right side, but a foul ball. Bottom of the 2nd here with no score. Down and away. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
That is a tough pitch to lay off of. Look, it looks just like a fastball. You're down 1-2. You think he's going to challenge you with the heater, and he pulls the string, and he laid off it. I mean, the delivery looked like a fastball. Great eyes.
hit out towards second. And the Marlins are into the hit column. There's their first base hit. So a great job on a 1-2 pitch to keep the inning alive.
He gives up a single there, but he's retired 5 in a row. Man, he looks sharp to me.
Scherzer will check it first. And a dive, but he's back in. Martin Prado now, as the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Throw over to the bag. Runner back standing. 2 out with the man at first. And a pitch out here, but Ichiro's not going anywhere yet. Scherzer comes set. Here it is on 2-0. High and away, not close. 3-0.
And that fastball away there almost works like another pitch out. I think they're definitely worried about him over there.
He's set, and the 3-0 offering. A changeup that catches the corner for strike 1. Set. Here's the 3-1. And this is pulled hard but foul. Hope they brought their gloves for that one out there.
Full count with 2 outs now, so if he could put the ball in the gap somewhere, he could have a good shot of driving in a run because the runner at first will be in motion.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. Oh, look at the dive. He's out. The defense on display on this beautiful diving stoppage short. We're back to South Florida following this. Stepping in, Max Scherzer. 9-1-2 due up.
Max Scherzer.
Into the windup and the pitch. A high fastball is in there. Oh, and 1 count and the pitch. Boy, good bite on the slider, and it just missed inside. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. Two balls and a strike. Here it is. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike. Now the pitch. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
Now batting, shortstop, Trey.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Trey Turner. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch of the at-bat. And the changeup is way low that time. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And he misses again. 2-0. Two and 0 count, and the pitch. Swinging a ball hit on the ground, but this will get foul. 2-1. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Ichiro racing back, See you later. Over the wall, a home run. A solo shot here to left. Home run number 9 on the year. As the Nationals strike first, it's 1-0.
Hey, baseball has really changed. Remember when leadoff guys were guys that would just draw walks and steal bases? But that's not the case anymore. Guys like this, they have pop in their bat and they can go deep.
Center fielder.
Into the box now, Adam Eaton.
Eaton.
As he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. One-0 count. Here it is. And he takes a pitch right down the middle. And the third baseman will have a look at it, but this is back into the seats. Ready on 1 and 2. Now a swing and a fly ball. Ichiro on the move. He gets there, and that's the second out.
The right fielder, number
Here's Bryce
34.
Harper now. 0 for 1 here in the early going. And that's high for a ball, 1-0.
Right there is a temptation pitch. Power hitters like this are looking for pitches that they can drive. So that may have been one where he was trying to get him to chase up above the zone a little bit.
Here comes the 1-0. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. Here it comes on 1-1. And they'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1.
Wow, it just doesn't seem like he's being as aggressive as he was before he gave up that home run. Was throwing the ball great. Now it seems like he's a little bit more tentative throwing the ball across the plate.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full. Adam Lind would be next. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing, and that's hit out of play up into the plaza level. The payoff pitch one more time. And another foul ball. 2 out, nobody on. Another one sent foul.
He's just fouling them off till he gets something he wants to hit.
Neither guy giving in here, and they'll do it again. The next 3-2. Squared that one up just a little late. Another full count pitch home. And this one's chopped foul right at home plate. He'll try it again. 3-2. Now a swing by Harper and a ball launched out to deep right field. Gone all the way into the upper deck. A solo home run off the bat of Bryce Harper, number 10 for him on the year. And the Nationals move out in front here 2-0.
Boy, when this guy gets in a groove, he can hit him, and when he hits him in bunches. Hit a home run in last night's game, and if they continue to pitch him on the outer part of the plate, look out, this guy's going to do some major damage.
Now batting,
In now, Adam
first
Lind.
baseman, Adam Lind.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Ichiro on the move. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. So 2 runs come across here, both coming via the solo home run. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. Nationals on top, 2-0. Now at the plate, Dan Straley.
Leading off
And
the
he'll lead things off against Max Scherzer.
Dan Straley.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Takes a knee-high fastball. The windup and the 0-1. Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line and right. Harper is over to his left as he snags this one for the first out of the inning. So 1 gone now as we give you a look at where these 2 teams find themselves entering play in the National League's Eastern Division race. Here's Echeverria now. And there you see his righty-lefty splits and how they've played out so far this season. He'll hold off on the slider to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. And Drew will take this one in for out number 2.
The batter, number 9, second baseman, D.
Digging in for his second at-bat, D. Gordon. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. Scherzer's ready. Here comes the first pitch. Runs up to bunt here, but he missed it for strike 1. Now here it comes. Swing and a miss, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2.
He is being aggressive in this inning. 0-2 on this hitter. The first 2 outs were recorded quick because he came right after the hitter. I don't think that changes right now either. He's going to continue to be aggressive to this hitter as well.
Boy, that's a tough pitch to lay off right there, just out of the strike zone. But listen, when you're a 300 hitter, you don't chase a lot of those so-called pitchers' pitches. This guy knows the strike zone.
In to cut it off is Worth. It's a base hit. Giancarlo Stanton will get a chance in the inning following the base hit.
The right fielder, number 27, Giancarlo Stanton.
Giancarlo Stanton now. He popped out in his first trip. And a pitch out. Nothing doing, though, and that's ball 1. A runner on first with 2 away. Runner goes. A pitch out. The throw. And it skips in as he steals the bag easily.
I'm not sure what else the defense could have done there. They pitched out and the throw was pretty good, but they still couldn't cut him down. You kind of just have to hope he gets a bad jump.
He's ready now. The pitch. And there's the first strike. 2-1. Well, we'll give you a look there at the graphic. He hits the 30 mark now in stolen bases for the year. That's a lot of running. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Good changeup that time, but he wouldn't bite on it. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone.
You know he wants to end this inning right here on 3-2, but I don't think we'll see him lay one in on the next pitch there with a base open to work with.
Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Softly hit out toward short, and the stolen base winds up as a moot point as the inning is over. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. Back with more here on a Tuesday night after this. In now is Anthony Rendon. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Anthony Rendon.
And he runs it in on him and gets him to swing through it for strike 1. Oh and 1, here it comes. And a neck-high fastball that time. Here's the 1-1 delivery. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. Oh, and he leaves another one over the plate, and this ball's driven to left. And for the 3rd time tonight, he has served up a home run. Anthony Rendon connects on a solo shot. 7 home runs for him on the year now, as the Nats move out in front now 3-0.
Well, that's why you hear people say work down in the zone. That's such a difficult pitch to hit. But if the ball's up a little bit, these great hitters, they touch it, it's going out of the ballpark. Right there is a prime example.
Now batting, catcher, Matt.
Standing in now,
Wieters.
Matt Wieters. And this is fouled at the plate. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Wieters awaits the 0-1. A slider that just grabs the outside corner. So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
Normally not a good pitching plan to throw the same hitter the same pitch 3 times in a row, but both of those sliders back-to-back were so good, I might just go ahead and try to throw another one.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And this is fouled back and out of play. And this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and that'll hold the count at 0-2. Ready with another 0-2. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now. No outs, nobody on. Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now.
Well, I'll tell you, if he wants to turn things around, that pitch is one he's going to have to start locating a lot better.
Now the pitch. And he wasn't going to hit that one with an or. The strikeout, and there's one gone.
Boy, he's having a hard time just putting the ball in play right now. He took the hat trick with 3 strikeouts yesterday, and here's another one today. Looks to me like he just needs to simplify his approach and focus on making some contact.
Marlins have some action in the bullpen now as a right-hander is up and throwing. Here's Jason Worth as he'll take a look at ball 1. A base hit in his first trip. Now a ball pulled hard but fouled off to the left.
Oh, he's clearly hitting off the fastball right there. You don't hit one that hard if you're not looking for it.
The 1-1 on its way to Worth. A fastball right over the outside corner.
I love how aggressive he is. He's just attacking the zone with the fastball. Here it is. Now he's at 1-2 count, and really he can go anywhere he wants now.
1 out, nobody on. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. And a ball popped foul to the right side, out of play. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. The 2-2 one more time. And again, he's unable to keep it fair, but he's putting together quite a battle at the plate. Here's another 2-2. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Yelich is under it. 2 gone.
Now batting, second baseman, Stephen Drew.
At the plate, Stephen Drew. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Into the windup and the pitch. A cold strike on the inside corner.
Well, there's a strike looking, but you know what? They've been so patient. They're leading in this game, I think, because of their discipline at the plate. They're not swinging at balls out of the zone.
The windup and the 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hey, that's not a bad pitch right there. That 2-seamer moving away from a left-handed hitter. Didn't get the strike, but I like the idea behind the pitch.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
Well, he gave up that leadoff home run, and I thought, uh-oh, he's in trouble. But he's done a nice job bouncing back. Got 2 quick outs, and now he's got 2 strikes on this hitter. He's got a chance to get out of this unscathed the rest of the way.
I tried to get Drew to go after that one, but it's back to 2-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Pulled the string on him that time, and the inning is over. Nationals able to add on thanks to the long ball. Bottom of the 4th coming up. It's 3-0 Washington. With Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian with you as the left-handed hitting Christian Yelich settles in to start out the inning. First pitch of the at-bat. And that misses, ball 1. Not close. It's 2-0. Ball line fouled as that'll get over the Marlins dugout. The pitch. Could have been 3-1. Instead, it's 2-2.
So far in this game, he's the only guy in the lineup that's gone down on strikes.
Yeah, and he might strike out for a second time right here.
Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And he'll stay with it here as he puts the squeeze on it for out number 1.
Up next for the Marlins, first baseman, Justin.
Striding in once again, Justin Bohr. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout. Nope. And a ball, 1-0. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. Gone. Solo shot to right center. Number 13 for him on the year. And the Marlins strike for a run. It's now a 3-1 ball game.
Well, how do you beat the shift? You hit it over the shift, of course. You can't play guys up in the sky, so he lifts this one up and out of here.
Now batting.
Stepping in now, JT Realmuto.
Realmuto.
As he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball one. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Here comes the 1-0. Takes a high fastball for a strike. 1 run on 3 hits and no errors in the game for the Marlins. Hit the target, but this is low. 2-1.
Sometimes it can be difficult for a pitcher. You're facing a guy that's not known to be a big stick in the lineup. Sometimes the toughest thing is to be aggressive and throw strikes.
And this pitch is hit foul off to the left and out of play, so the count goes to 2-2 now. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Snatched out of midair at first base for out number 2.
Now batting, left fielder, Ichiro Suzuki.
Now at the plate, Ichiro Suzuki. He singled his last time up. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And looked inside, but that's ruled a strike. 0-1. Now the pitch. And Ichiro can't make contact as he falls behind. 0-2 now.
Looking at the first pitch for a strike, then takes a swing, and now you find yourself down 0-2. He's just got a battle. Spread out, get ready to swing at anything close, and make sure you don't get called out on a third strike.
And this is drifting foul back into the stands.
Matt, I like the last 2 pitches. A changeup and then a fastball, and he's late with the swing on the fastball right there. You got him in between right.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. 1 for the Marlins on the solo shot. We played 4. It's now a 3-1 ball game. Ready for another chance? Max Scherzer. He's in to get things going here in inning number 5.
Max Scherzer.
And the first pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Here's the pitch. Lays off a fastball that doesn't miss by much, and it's 2-0.
Well, this is not the way you want to start the inning. You got the opposing pitcher leading off, then you fall behind him 2-0, and he's probably going to sit there and say, throw me 2 or 3 strikes before I swing the bat.
Outside, 3-0 now.
3-0 count, leading off the inning. A pitcher hitting, you can pretty much guarantee he's going to be taking here in 3-0. A walk would be a gift.
From the windup, the 3-0 pitch. And he gets this fastball over, back to 3-1 now.
Well, he made a nice adjustment. That was a nice pitch right there, 3-0. Now puts the count 3-1. That was the same pitch he threw 2-0 and missed on it and got the ball called.
The pitch. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and they'll come all the way back from 3-0 to punch him out. 1 away.
It looked like this at bat had the makings of a leadoff walk when it started 3-0. So that's a good job not to give in and battle back to earn the strikeout. That's not always easy to do.
The speedy Trey Turner digs in now. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2. 3-1 our score as we play inning number 5. Now a swing and a fly ball. Stanton on the run, but no chance to run it down. It's a foul ball. Set to deliver on 2-1. He's fallen behind now, 3-1. Adam Eaton is on deck. He'll hit next. 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors so far for the Nationals. Swung on and missed 3-2. Ready to deliver the full count pitch. And he looks at ball 4 now. So he's aboard, and you always have to worry about the threat of the steal when he's on base.
And I'm pretty sure he thought that was a strike. He's thinking, what do I have to do? Put a bow on it? Walk it down and put it in the catcher's glove by myself? I think it got called a little outside, so he has to put it behind him now.
Digging in once again, Adam Eaton. Lifetime against this pitcher. Hitless in 3 at-bats. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And this is low, ball 1.
Come on, what game are you watching, huh?
The 1-0 delivery. He's running towards second. Pitch is a called strike. The throw. He's in there easily as the throw bounces on the way down.
Good steal there, and I'll tell you, he is a multi-dimensional player out there. He's got good pop at the plate, and he showed he's not afraid to use his wheels on the bases either.
To your point, Dan, he did go deep earlier, and now the stolen base here, so he's really having an impact on this game. Hard hit toward the hole. And just past his outstretched glove into left, a base hit. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only 1 away.
Well, Matt, that's his 6th game. He's got a base hit in now. You got to start a streak somewhere. I start paying attention about 6 games. He's swinging the bat pretty good.
Here's Bryce Harper now. He comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. And they'll try and get him out in front to start the at-bat, but this misses off the plate away. It's ball 1.
The intent with that changeup away was one thing and one thing only. Get a double play ball. Nice job to lay off it at the plate, though.
Here it comes, 1-0. A fastball down near the shoe tops.
Well, I know the last thing he wants to do is load the bases right here, so the pressure is on right now to get back in the strike zone.
2-0 count. Here it comes. Slice down the left side, but foul.
Oh, that's one he's going to want back right there. A fastball right in your wheelhouse, and you foul it off.
And this is down at knee level as it's chopped foul at home plate. Third foul ball in a row, and this is turning into a pretty good at-bat. Ready with another 2-2. Now a fastball. Oh, strike 3 called on a pitch that looked inside. Instead, it's out number 2.
Well, no preferential treatment there. Sometimes we see great hitters have their calls go their way on close pitches, but not this time. I think that was actually a good take, but on 2 strikes, anything that close can go either way.
Here's Adam Lind as he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. It was a fly out for him in his last trip. The 0-1 pitch. Next pitch, chopped foul right at home plate, and he's behind 0-2 now. Working for the punch out and the offering. Back up the middle. And that'll just elude his outstretched glove for a base hit. And that'll plate the runner from third, as with that the lead swells to 4-1.
Well, he really picked his teammate up right there with 2 outs and following a strikeout to get the base hit and drive a run in. That is really a special feeling. But, man, he really lifted his team up with that.
In now is Anthony Rendon. As the first pitch here is a bit high, it's ball 1. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. One-0 count. Here it is. Swing and a little tapper, but it's foul. Strike 1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Grounded back up the middle. A toss over to Gordon at second, and that ends the inning. Only 1 in the inning for the Nationals. Last half of the 5th coming up. Washington leads this one 4-1. Stepping up to the plate, Martin Prado comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Martin Prado.
Into the windup and the pitch. Tough slider down low for a strike.
Well, they're still in this game. You know, if they can get somebody on, a broken bat, a blooper, a bunt, and then go for the big ball, they can get something going. But they've got to start with getting somebody on base. This offense needs a base runner and get things happening.
Now a swing at a ball popped in the air back behind short. Turner will stay with it as he backs up and puts it away. 1 gone.
Batting, the pitcher.
Matt Dendecker will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 50, Matt Dendecker.
Nope.
Ball 1.
Counts 1-0.
That's by him for strike 1. Down the first baseline, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. Lifted the other way to left center. Worth is under it. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
The batter number
Here's
3,
Echeverria now.
shortstop,
He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Echeverria.
In there, strike 1. Now the pitch. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner.
I gotta say, his command of the corners in this start has been pretty exceptional. He's mixed east and west really well, and it's a big reason why he's had success.
He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Out in front of a fastball as this is ripped down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball. Around first, digging for 2. And he will pull into second with a 2-out double.
The batter number 9, second baseman, E. Gordon.
Here's D. Gordon now. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. This ball's hit in the air down the right side and out of play. 0-1. The 0-1 on its way. Off the plate and in. It's a ball and a strike.
Now that's that old school slider right there, trying to get in on his hands. We see that with a cutter a lot, but the slider's even more effective because you can't pick up the spin.
This one's chopped foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Now the 1-2 home to Gordon. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Worth is under it, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Danger averted following the 2-out double. Don't go anywhere. More Tuesday Night Baseball after this. Fernando Rodriguez takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 33, Fernando Rodriguez.
Matt Wieters will be the first one to greet him here as he'll be forced to turn around and hit from the left side now.
Matt Wieters.
And he'll look at a first pitch curveball that's in the dirt. It's ball 1. Now here's the pitch. Fastball, and that thing got up there at 95 miles an hour. A ball and a strike. One and two.
That looked like he was cheating for that fastball inside right there. Early swing, got out in front of that off-speed pitch, clearly looking for a fastball.
And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2. Now here's the pitch. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
Man, they've really had his number so far in this series. That's his 5th strikeout in this series alone.
Into the box, Jason Worth, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1.
Well, these hitters can expect to see a heavy dose of that big fastball from this reliever. It's a major part of his arsenal.
6th inning, 4-1 is our score. There's a swing and a ball lifted to left, but back in the seats, out of play. It's 1-2. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. The pitch. Tried to get him with the cutter, but it's a full count, 3-2. And he lost him here on 3-2 as that pitch misses. It's ball 4.
Well, he battled to get it to a 3-2 count, but that pitch wasn't even close. Now he's got a man on with 1 out, so he's got to focus on trying to get the ground ball.
Digging in to try it again, Stephen Drew. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And that one stayed too low, apparently. And this one's in the dirt. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch.
Well, when you throw a breaking ball in the dirt, that's the danger. You have to trust your catcher, but this one skips away, and the open base takes the double opportunity away with it. Might prove to be costly.
One out and a runner on second base. Swung on, missed, 2-1. Well, I think his eyes lit up when he saw that pitch coming up at his eye level.
Oh, you think? If you've got a good fastball like he does, that location can be really effective. It looks so tempting to the hitter, but making contact on that pitch can be very tough.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. He's set, and the 2-2 pitch. And a wave and a miss on a ball that was way out of the strike zone. There are 2 away now.
This is the pitch I think we'll see a lot from him in this game. The cutter darting in on the hitters in the opposite batter's box. It can be a real effective pitch when it's located well, and that one was right there.
Into the box now, Max Scherzer, as he'll take strike 1 on the inside corner.
That curveball just frozen. That's one of those big curveballs you're expecting to go start at you like this one did and break all the way down to the bottom of the plate. But this one didn't get that big break away, and it froze it.
Let's get out of the inning now.
And there's ball 1. There's a swing and a ball lifted to left, but back in the seats, out of play. It's 1-2.
Obviously, he wants to help himself out right here. With 2 strikes, that's going to be difficult to do. Let's see if he can put the ball in play.
The 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. Struck him out again, I should say. His 3rd punch out of the game. 1 left for Washington as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. Giancarlo Stanton now. And Dan, he and his fellow top of the order hitters haven't really offered much help for this lineup so far.
No, your 1, 2, 3 guys are the ones you look to generate a lot of action, and they just haven't been up to the task so far in this one. Still time for them to turn it around, though. We'll see if it happens.
Into the windup and the pitch. There's a fastball right over the inside corner. Well, he's having a good amount of success here, Dan, even though he hasn't really gotten a ton of swings and misses.
Yeah, but for him, Matt, he's more of a pitch to contact kind of guy, and obviously it's working so far, and the way he pitches, it really keeps his pitch count down.
On its way is pitch number 75. 1-1. Little chopper back to the mound. Throws in time, and that's out number 1.
Now batting, center fielder, Christian Yelich.
Riding in once again, Christian Yelich. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. Into the windup and the pitch. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
He's been doing a nice job out there on the mound, but the deeper you get into the game, the more the hitters have seen you. This is the part of the lineup that he has to be really careful with.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Off speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
Boy, that was filthy right there. That was a great indicator of how well he's throwing the ball. He's going nice in the game, but that pitch was filthy.
And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the second time here tonight. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone and protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
And some action out in that Washington bullpen now as we see both a left-hander and a right-hander throwing. Standing in now, Justin Bohr, as he'll take a look at a slider that can't make it back to the corner. It's ball one. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Scherzer into the windup. Here's the 1-0. And that one stayed up a little high.
He's obviously been very impressive on the mound in this one. And I think the big reason why is his ability to stay out of the middle of the zone. That's kind of obvious, but it's clear to me that even when he misses his spots, he's not missing over the plate.
Chop foul over towards the dugout. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Here's a ball hit high down the right field line. This ball has a chance, and it is gone. A solo shot down the line in right. His second home run of the game, and the Marlins get a bit closer. It's now a 4-2 ball game.
I can tell you one thing, you might get away with throwing a ball in that location in the minor leagues, but when you get one up like that in the zone right over the plate against these guys, you're going to get exactly what he got, a really bad result.
Now batting.
Stepping in now, JT Realmuto. And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground. But this is foul for the first strike.
Man, he's flirting with danger. He gave up a home run on that very same pitch, and this time he comes right back with it in another dangerous location. He better be careful.
Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball one. Here's Scherzer now 1-1. Fastball close, but he didn't get it. 2-1. The 2-1 on its way. Takes a knee-high fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, a crucial count for both pitcher and hitter. So, Dan, what was your approach on the mound in that count? Do you still pitch for the strikeout here?
I think one of the keys, Matt, you want to try to initiate contact. The one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to run the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Whatever you want to throw it over for a strike.
Man, he stayed with that break and took it the other way. That's old school hitting. When the ball's breaking away from you, take it the opposite field.
Here's Ichiro now, as he'll look at a changeup that drops below the knees for ball one. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. And looked like a definite pitcher's pitch there on the inside. 1-1. Both teams with 6 hits so far. Changeup just off the black, and it's 2-1.
I think he wanted that pitch right there, but you know what? He's been throwing the ball real well tonight, and he's been getting a lot of favorable calls from the umpire, too.
Here's the 2-1. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Harper has a read on it, and that's the 3rd out. Marlins Marlins able to draw just a bit closer thanks to the solo home run. Top of the order due up to start the 7th. It's now 4-2. Welcome back to South Florida. Nationals on top in this one as we get ready for the 7th. But first, let's check out the game summary to see how we got here. Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Junichi Tazawa will come on to pitch here, and he'll move into the number 5 spot in the lineup now on the double switch.
Number 25.
A.J. Ellis is also into the ball game as he'll hit in the number 8 spot here.
Number 17.
Digging in once again, Trey Turner. He'll match up with a new pitcher to begin their half of the 7th.
Leading off for Washington, shortstop, Trey Turner.
And he takes a cold strike, 0-1. Here it comes. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. Legs churning. He's headed for second. And he will pull into second with a leadoff double.
That was a pretty good fastball, and it almost got by him. But he's able to slap it in the gap in the right center field. Because of the velocity off the bat, the outfielders couldn't cut it off in time and allowed him to cruise into second really easy.
In now is Adam Eaton, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. And a neck-high fastball that time. For his career in this matchup, 2-for-3. 1-1. Here it comes. In the dirt, and now let's see. The throw will go to third, and he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
That can be a tough read as a runner on second to see if the ball has gotten away enough to move to third. You have to be sure you can make it. He was there, and now he's only 90 feet away.
7th inning here at the ballpark. 4-2 our score. And a fastball, but he's losing it a bit here to 3-1 now.
Time to focus here. This game is way too close to be walking, guys, so we'll see if he can make him swing the bat on this next pitch. He's set, and the 3-1 pitch. Now a swing on 3-1, but this is chopped foul right around home plate, and the count will go full to 3-2. Again, he sends it out of play. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Now a ball lined to the left side, but this will be a foul ball. Swing and a liner, but foul.
That's 4 foul balls in a row. He's battling, no doubt.
And he finally wears him down here as he strikes him out after a 9-pitch at bat.
Talk about blowing it by a guy. Geez, I mean, that fastball was way behind him when the swing came through the zone. I have to think he was looking for something off speed, and he just couldn't pull the trigger on that fastball.
Bryce Harper was striding again, and before he takes his cuts here, let's flash you back to the 3rd inning. This was just a solo shot, but it definitely helped get this offense going. From the belt, kicks and deals. In there, 0-1.
Well, he got that first pitch, got him looking right there. With a star hitter like this guy, it is always good to get ahead in the count.
1 out and a runner on 3rd. And here's a splitter that's inside as he's forced to jitterbug out of the way there. He's set. Here comes the 1-1 to first. To his right, Bohr, and he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
Now batting, first baseman, Adam Lind.
Here's Adam Lind. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. Trying to keep the deficit right where it is. The pitch lifted the other way out to left center. Yelich is after it. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Nationals leave 1, but they still lead this one 4-2. Martin Prado now. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point.
Third baseman, Martin Prado.
Tapper up the line. That's a foul ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. A wave and a miss.
Something that stood out to me in this game is the lineup's lack of a solid plan at the plate. Seems like way too many guys are chasing pitches out of the zone and trying to hit pitchers like that one down and away. There's no success in that.
Now a fastball taken outside here as it moves it to 2-2 now. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. And that slider's almost in the dirt.
Yeah, well, down 2, you better believe they gladly take a leadoff walk right here. Anything to get a base runner on and get that tying run to the plate.
Crowd gets up for the 3-2. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Fly ball out to straightaway right. Harper is there to put it away for out number 1.
The catcher, number 17, A.J. Ellis.
In now is A.J. Ellis. He's newly entered into the ball game, so this will be his first trip to the plate here in inning number 7. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Fastball hit on the ground to short. On to first, and there were 2 down.
The batter, number 3, shortstop, Adeiny Echeverria.
Here's Echeverria now. 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far. Action now in the Washington bullpen as a right-hander begins to get loose. Into the windup and the pitch. Lifted in the air out to right. And that will conclude matters here in the 7th. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. Still down by a count of 4-2. Brian Ellington has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 49, Brian Ellington.
In now is Anthony Rendon. He'll start things out for us here in inning number 8.
Anthony Rendon.
And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate here as that misses.
Well, that's not what they were looking for when they brought him into the game. First pitch nearly hits the first batter he's facing. That's a little bit to be concerned if you're the manager.
And they won't get him to chase the curveball in the dirt that time, and it's 2-0 now.
You know, sometimes it takes a pitcher a few pitches to get going, but those two pitches weren't even close. Ball's behind in the count, 2-0. It's time to start getting locked in.
Hitters count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. Therefore, it is Stanton, and he's got it for the first out. Here's the catcher, Matt Wieters now. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ball game. First offering on its way. Looking at a fastball for a strike on the corner. Getting late, 4-2 our score as we play the 8th inning. And he misses with it, 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. On the ground up the middle. On to first, and Wieters is set down now, 2 away.
Now batting, left fielder, Jason
Here's
Worth.
Jason Worth. He singled earlier, making him 1 for 2 to this point. Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0. The 1-0 delivery. And the changeup is way low that time.
Wow, not a great spot to be in right now. 2-0 to a great hitter like this. This is when you really have to pay attention as a pitcher. And if you have good off-speed stuff, this might be the time to start mixing in your off-speed stuff.
Now a ball hit high down the left field line, but back in amongst the spectators. Foul. It's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Right over the middle, knee high. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. 3-2 now. Stephen Drew would be next. Here comes the payoff pitch. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Washington as they can't add to their 4-2 lead. And here comes Dusty out toward home plate as it looks like we're going to see a double switch here. Oliver Perez will come on now, and he'll slide into the 7 spot in the lineup following the double switch. Ryan Zimmerman is into the ball game as well, as he'll slide into the pitcher spot, hitting 9th now on the double switch.
Number 11, Ryan
Now at the plate, D. Gordon. Lifetime in this matchup, batting .500, 4 for 8.
Second baseman, D. Gordon.
And he lays off there, 1-0. And he lays off a fastball here that looked pretty good, but it's 2-0.
Well, this is the matchup they wanted, bringing in the reliever, but falling behind 2-0 doesn't exactly help the situation very much.
Three and 0 now. This is a big at bat. Look, you got the leadoff guy at the plate. He's got 3 balls on him. You're down a few runs. He's got to take a pitch right here. He's got to hope they walk him. At least make him work till you get a count and where you got to swing the bat.
3-0 count. Here it comes. A high fastball is in there. Set. Here's the 3-1. This is sent on the ground now for the first baseman, Lind, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
The right fielder, number 27, Giancarlo Stanton.
Ready once again, Giancarlo Stanton.
And you may notice the usual closer is not in the game here with the save opportunity on the table.
Yeah, he's worked a few days in a row, Matt, so we were told before the game by the skipper he wanted to avoid using him if possible. So that means they will look to close this thing out without him.
And that's by him. It's 0-1. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. Ready with the 1-1. And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1. One out, nobody on. Two-one pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. 2-2. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And he tries to get him to reach for it, but it stays outside. 3-2. Waiting next, there's Christian Yelich. No offer from Stanton. It's ball 4, so he'll head down to first.
Well, the reason power hitters generally draw more walks than other guys is exactly what we saw right there. Pitchers work around them and nibble the corners a lot more so they don't get burned. He made some good pitches, but he just couldn't get him to chase enough out of the zone.
Stepping in, Christian Yelich. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Here's the first pitch to him. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. Slider stayed too low. Ball 2.
On 2-0, you can bet he's looking for a fastball that he can turn on and drive. Might be thinking about picking on that big hole between first and second.
Here it comes. 2-0. And a slider on the inside for strike 1.
That was a good 2-0 slider right there. Now you're still sitting 2-1. I continue to look for that fastball, but that was a nice slider right there.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike.
That was an interesting pitch, Matt. Look, we're in a double play situation, and everybody knows he's got that hard sinker. Get that ground ball, maybe get a double play. But he didn't throw it. He just threw a fastball. I don't know what he's doing right now, but he got it in there for a strike.
2-2 count. Here it comes. Hit high but foul as that'll get in amongst the fans. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Not where he wanted that fastball to be, and it's 3-2 now. Justin Bour, who represents the possible go-ahead run here, waits in the on-deck circle. Line to the right side. In there, a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now. Jeffrey Perez will be summoned now to be the pinch runner.
First baseman, Justin Bour.
So stepping in, Justin Bour. He comes in 2 for 3 with a couple of home runs thus far on his line. From the stretch. A swing and a high drive to right center field. Back goes Harper, and gone. And the lead has changed here in the 8th. So a 3-run shot to right center field, his 3rd home run of the ball game. As they will take the lead here, it's now a 5-4 ball game.
Well, you have a great night in hockey. You score 3 goals, and that's a hat trick. But how about hitting 3 home runs in one night? That's the baseball equivalent of a hat trick, and that's awfully hard to do.
Trevor Gott answers the call now, looking to get this one onto the 9th inning without any trouble.
Trevor Gott.
Marcell Ozuna will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Marcell Ozuna.
Now a ball lifted high in the air towards shallow right center field. Eaton will call everyone off and track it down for out number 2.
Now batting.
So 2 gone now in the Miami 8th. And in steps the dangerous Ichiro. First pitch of the at-bat. And looks like he got the call there on the pitch inside. It's 0-1. Now the pitch. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. Now the 1-1 home to Ichiro. And a fastball just a bit high. Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. Looped out towards short. And that's in for his 2nd hit of the afternoon.
Well, that right there is perfect for taking the ball inside and shooting it the other way. You hear that terminology, hands inside the ball. The only way you're going to do that is to pull your hands in hard and stay inside the baseball. Nice piece of hitting.
Into the box, Martin Prado, as he'll take a breaking ball too low, and it's 1-0. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Here it comes, 1-0. And he'll try to hold back the swing, but he'll do so unsuccessfully as that's ruled a strike. 3 runs already home here. Now a throw over to first, and he'll get back in safely. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. And the pitch on 2-1. Swing and a liner. A leap, but he can't bring it down. Base hit.
The catcher.
Stepping in and ready for another shot. A.J. Ellis. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1. And he breaks out the hook here. Good for strike 2.
Masterful job of changing eye levels. A fastball up and in, and then a curveball down and away. It's got him in a little bit of a rocking chair situation. I'm curious what he'll throw here.
2 men are on with 2 men out. A fastball that just misses inside.
Boy, it's hard to sit on an 0-2 fastball. I think that pitch just locked him up a bit. But lucky for him, it was just a little out of the zone.
Trying to keep the score where it is, and the pitch. And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is retired. But the Marlins strike for 3 on the 3-run home run. Last chance coming up here for the Nationals. Miami's out in front now, 5-4. Always a party in Miami Beach, not too far from us here at Marlins Park, set to begin the ninth inning in this one. Jeffrey Perez will stick around as he'll take over in right field.
Number 77, Jeffrey
A.J. Ramos comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the ninth.
A.J. Ramos.
Daniel Murphy will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run.
Murphy.
Ninth inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball one. The average coming in at 266, 8 home runs, and 28 RBIs. Can't connect there on the breaking ball. 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 on its way. Oh, and that runs in and gets him. So now the potential tying run is aboard to lead off the inning.
Wow, you never want the tying run on base, especially that way. Looked like he lost his release point and the ball ran inside until it caught him. Now we'll see if he can work around it.
Here's Ryan Zimmerman now, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. Nobody out, runner on first. This is foul right side. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
I like the high fastball 0-2. Now I know he's sitting 1-2, but you showed him a great fastball. Now he's got to honor that, and you can set him up with anything.
He's set, and the 1-2 pitch. Hot shot on the ground is short. To Gordon for 1. Back to first, and a costly at-bat there as the possible tying run is erased on the double play.
Oh, man, that's just a backbreaker right there. You get the leadoff man to start the ninth, and you're looking pretty good, right? Not when the next guy bounces into a double play. We'll see if they can get the final out and wrap this thing up.
The speedy Trey Turner digs in now, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. A 1 pitch on its way, and here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1. And the pitch. Sliced hard but foul. Look out over there. And now a crowd right around 25,000 strong comes to their feet. And this is a strike 3 called, and a bit of a questionable ending there as the ball game is over.
Yeah, and the home crowd is loving it as they jumped out in front in the bottom of the 8th, and they did what they had to do in the 9th to seal the deal.
This evening's game comes to an end. 5-4 the final tally. Brian Ellington gets the win in relief, his 2nd of the year. A.J. Ramos hammers down the save, his 19th of the campaign. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, follow us on Twitter at MLB The Show.